Well, we're not the only Canadians down here. Came across some other Canadians that had stories of their own related to the tornado. And I had a pretty good idea of where I could find some Canadians. A hockey arena. We're here at the Cox Convention Center in Oklahoma City, home of the Oklahoma City Barons, and we'll go on inside and see what Canadians I can find. I'm with Bill Scott, a Canadian, the manager of the Oklahoma City Barons, and they're still in a practice here, and I'll get Bill to tell me a little bit about the team.
Yeah, well, we're the Oklahoma City Barons, and we're the AHL affiliate of the Edmonton Oilers. We've had about probably 20 different players go up and play in the NHL over the last couple of years. We've been in Oklahoma City for 3 years now. The team was previously affiliated in Springfield, Massachusetts, and moved there 3 years ago. That's when I joined the team as well. Moved down to Oklahoma City, and the team's had a lot of success.
And of course, a lot of Canadians watching now have been very concerned and praying for those who've been affected by the terrible EF5 tornado. Tell us what the team has been up to in relation to that.
Yeah, well, we've been trying to coordinate our own relief efforts as well. We're working with our league to try and secure donations and things like that across all the different teams. Even the Grand Rapids Griffins, we played the first 2 games there last weekend. We came back with about $50,000 in donations from different sponsors and things like that. We're selling T-shirts. We're certainly giving a lot back amongst our players' time and money as well. Anything we can do to help out the community to help just rebuild. They'll never completely recover from something like this, a tragedy like this, with lives lost and property lost, but we're doing everything that we can to help out and give back to the community that supports us so well.
Stacy is with Hockey Ministries International, and he is also the chaplain here of the Barons. And yes. So tell me a little bit about the chaplain program here.
Yeah, well, Hockey Ministries International exists to serve the spiritual needs of players, coaches, and their families. And so one way we do that in the winter is through chapel programs. And basically, when we can, playoffs are a little crazy, but a weekly meeting with the guys who are interested, always voluntary. And we just dig through the Bible and what God has to say about our lives in particular, but our lives as athletes especially. And so try to encourage and challenge their faith.
All right. So important to do. God bless you in that ongoing work.
Yeah.
Now, the tornado disaster has really rallied a lot of people around. Just share a little bit about from your perspective.
Well, it's the immediate response of everyone is just incredible here. Obviously, they're familiar with these kind of tragedies and they prepare for them, but especially the hockey community. But it's been neat to see their immediate response. Guys like Darcy and Ben going down the day of, and then the organized efforts of even the youth hockey community here getting together to really take care of their own, help with cleanup, support them financially and in other ways. It shows the character of the game of hockey and people involved in the game of hockey. Just to support their own family. So,
all right, so important. And Canadians are watching right now, and many have already said, yes, I want to help out because the need is great, and we're working with Convoy of Hope, who is doing a great work and coordinating volunteers and churches together. So what might you say to Canadians who are thinking about supporting?
Well, you're the best people in the world. I miss being home, and your character is what we need right now. First off, through your prayers and asking God to move, asking God to comfort, asking Him to be present here and do His work, not just in a physical sense, but in a spiritual sense, to meet these people in their spiritual need, help them to know that Jesus is there for them and eternally. And then, practical needs, especially through Convoy of Hope, financially and other ways. If you can come and serve, that's great, but financial ways are huge in terms of this process will be a long one in terms of cleanup, and there's a huge need. So please give if you're able to.
Thank you very much, Stacy. And Ron. I think practice is just about over, and maybe I can nab one of the guys and we'll talk to them.
Yeah, thanks, Ron.
Okay, God bless.
God bless you.
All right, I'm with Darcy Hordichuk, and Darcy as the left wing for the Barons here, just got off the ice from the practice. You guys are in the heat of the playoffs. And we're going to trust you to go all the way, Darcy.
We're hoping. That's our goal. At the start of the year, it's a long year, but this is what everybody plays for.
Maybe give us a little bit of a thumbnail sketch of your hockey career.
I've been in the league since I was 19, 20 years old, broke in with the Atlanta Thrashers, and then played with 5 other NHL teams, moved to Phoenix, then went to Florida for the Florida Panthers, and then moved on to Nashville for a few years. And then from there went back to Vancouver, and then back to Florida again for a second stint, and ended up in Edmonton and played there a couple of years. And just after the lockout here, ended up getting sent down to Oklahoma, and it's been quite the journey. But as Lance Armstrong said, it's not about the destination, but it's about the journey.
Right. And so I'm glad that you took a few minutes to talk with me, because terrible tragedy happened just south of here and in Moore. And tell us about the night it happened, watching it on the news, and then how you reacted right after.
Well, it's kind of pretty surreal. Coming from Saskatchewan, you don't see too many tornadoes, and the ones that you do maybe blow over an outhouse or something like that. But as we seen it on TV, you kind of realize how big of a disaster this could be. And, just listening to the weather person talking about how, people that decide to stay in their houses or, even go in their bathtubs in their shelter probably won't survive. And the devastation, the disaster that it causes, just, it's surreal. The kids were at the house there, and, we're all kind of worried still there might be more tornadoes, but my wife ended up saying, just go see if you can find some people maybe that are, in those important hours trying to, find out people that maybe are under their houses buried in rubble, if we can kind of lend a helping hand. And that's what we did. We brought a whole bunch of water and some gloves and some equipment, and put on our rain boots and just started kind of helping people dig in the rubble to see if you can find any survivors. And it was words can't describe what we've seen out there.
We're partnering with Convoy of Hope on the ground that are helping coordinate volunteers and distribute needed items and just help and connect with churches in the area as well. You are a follower of Jesus. Share a little bit about that journey.
Well, I think that it's important to have that foundation in life, and especially my life, breaking into a professional sport at 19 years old, you kind of need some kind of structure and foundation and some faith to get through your everyday fears of stepping on the ice and doing what you do. And I've been fortunate to live with some families when I've been billeted out that had a lot of faith, and my parents as growing up, they had me as an altar boy as a kid, and you just realize that that's important, because there's a lot of things like this that happen in life, whether it's the tornadoes or things that you go through in life where it's easy to kind of get off course. But I think that having the religion and having that structure in my life, kind of a rule book to go by, has kind of kept me on the right and straight and narrow path.
Maybe you can talk to some Canadians watching right now who are maybe thinking about helping out with this effort.
Yeah, I think that it's been incredible. Everybody's kind of come together here, and I think Red Cross is doing a lot of things where you can text in and donate money, but just I think people all over the world have come together, and there's been a ton of Canadians that have not only been donating their time and effort, but been donating money. And this is what the world's all about. It's about taking a tragedy and turning it into something that can be a positive for the rest of the people that were affected by it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Darcy, for taking a few minutes out. Well, go on to get that Calder Cup. We'll be cheering for you.
For sure. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
All right. And for those who want to donate right now, you see a number on your screen, 1-800-265-3100. Through Crossroads Relief and Development and partnering with Convoy of Hope, we will make things happen, make sure your funds are used well. So you can do that, and God bless you. Thanks again.
Right on. Thanks.